Hey ladies, it's Jen Mack, Lady of the Mind. Welcome to today's episode where I hope I'm finding you taking action towards your desires. If you're not taking action towards your desires, then it is my intention that in today's episode, I give you just one nugget of inspiration towards your transformation. So I'm learning more and more every single day, and more perspective shifts even happen for me. And I always say even happen for me. I just don't want you to think that I'm not also making changes in my life. There's always growth, always perspective, always room for improvement. And I want to share something with you. It was kind of an epiphany for me that I've always been, I shouldn't say always, but I think about how to make certain change stick. And that was one of my New Year's resolutions for myself, is to learn how to make change stick, how to make it last more than 5 seconds. And I came up with a couple of different ways to do it, but I want to explain it a little bit differently today. There's a desire that you have, and it can be as deep as I want to get over this certain emotion, to I want to lose weight, I want a better relationship, I want whatever. I want to travel more. It doesn't matter, whatever the thing is. And the last couple episodes, I've been sharing with you how the brain and the mind are always seeking expansion, and how the body is like, please don't make me go. The body is always seeking rest and relaxation, always seeking comfort. So think of you've all heard, your comfort zone. We're comfortable in our comfort zone, even if our comfort zone is uncomfortable. Our bodies don't feel right. Our relationships are terrible. Our money isn't enough. Our boss is a jerk. All of those things in our comfort zone are actually uncomfortable. And then our spirit is like, hey, maybe there's a better job. Maybe we can make more money doing something else. Maybe there's a better relationship. Maybe there's, something else we could do that could just improve our lives. Hey, you want to go over there? And the body's like, oh, hell no. I'm going to stay here because it's predictable. It's predictable. And in that prediction, your body stays safe. Even though there's saber-toothed tigers that are chasing us every time we leave the cave, I can predict that, so I can prepare myself. I can prepare myself for when my drunken husband comes home. I can prepare myself for when my boss is going to say no to the raise that I'm going to ask him for the umpteenth time, and he's going to say no. I can prepare myself for a life of misery, and I become comfortable in that state of misery. And I'm the catalyst. Jen Mack, I'm a coach. And I'm a catalyst. I will prompt you. I will push you to the edge. I will say, listen, yes, it's a long way down when you're standing at the edge. There's a long way down. However, you're not going to fall. You're going to sprout wings. And that's what I'm teaching you. In all these 200 and some episodes, I am teaching you how to become empowered. I am teaching you how to become a woman, a warrior who is sick and tired of being sick and tired, and who is ready to take action. So in the last couple of episodes, I made mention about how you have to get the body on board. And when you get the body on board, nothing is going to stand in your way. Your entire life will shift and change in a second, and it will move quickly in just a matter of a couple of days. I just held a 5-day challenge. It's an energy release challenge. So working at the energy level, and every single day there was probably a good hour-long video of content. And reach out to me, email me, or come to one of my groups, send me a message, send me a friend request, do what you ever got to do to say, hey Jen, I want that challenge. It's just a free challenge, basically 5 hours of content and enriched, empowering content, and an explanation about how to get the body on board in different ways. Every day is something different. Well, at the beginning of this challenge, there was a woman on the call. At the beginning of this challenge, she was wearing all black. And her demeanor and her outlook was very meek, mild, but not meek, mild as in personality, but just like, I'm in this space in my life that just kind of sucks. Okay? And she's wearing all black. She was with me through the whole 5-day challenge. She was engaged, she was participating, she was with me the whole time. By the time we got to day 5, She shows up on the call and she looks beautiful. Her hair is done, she's got makeup on, and she's got a colorful dress on. The first 4 days, she's wearing black. What color is black? It's a depressing color. What emotion was she probably feeling? Pretty hopeless, pretty depressed, down and out. Maybe not. Maybe not. My life will change. Maybe not. Maybe it will. Maybe it not. But I will join this challenge. What do I got to lose? I'll join this challenge in hopes that something changes. So she gets on the call and I'm like, oh my gosh. I said, look at you. Look at the colors, the vibrancy about your being. Look at the difference in the shift that you've made in just 4 days. And she's like, yeah, she goes, I feel amazing. I have energy. I feel hopeful. She goes, I haven't felt hopeful in years. Years. Do you feel that way? Where you just don't have hope anymore? Is that really you? Do you really feel that things can't shift and change? I hope not. I hope that you've been listening to my podcast. I hope that you're still listening to this one right now, and you've maybe listened to all of the other ones, and you are finding hope, because I'm going to give you some hope today. And if you haven't had hope in my other 260 some podcasts, you're going to have hope in this one. So stick with me. What was changing in her? Let me tell you something. I went to a women's retreat in 2013. It was a 7-day retreat. There were 40 participants, 42 to be exact, and I was one of them. I was a brand new life coach, wanted to shift and change my business because I was a personal trainer, and I wanted to shift because I understood that women were coming into my boot camp. I had an outdoor boot camp. I had about 20 women in my class and a couple of husbands that those wives would drag to class. And some of them were making some pretty drastic shifts and changes in their lives. They were losing weight, getting stronger, more flexible. They were feeling amazing, looking amazing. And some of them just didn't have the same results. And I wanted to know why. Everybody's at the same class. They're all doing the same exercises. Why is somebody getting results and somebody not? It was in that question that forced my mind and my resources to go deeper. It's more than just pushing the physical body through some exercises to make a lifelong shift. I wanted to know what that was. So I started life coaching. I got certified. I took all these classes. I read all these books. And of course, if you listen to any of my podcasts, I probably say on every single one, I'm like a personal development addict, serious, constantly, every day. I don't think there is a day that goes by that I am not reading an article, a blog, a video, a course, a book, a something about something is way of improving my life so then I can improve your life. It's every day since 1994, I swear, 1998, I mean. Anyway, so we're in this group. There's 42 of us. We go through this whole process, and I would say probably on day 5, I noticed something about the group. I noticed that some of the women that were there that just didn't really do anything, that they just literally rolled out of bed and came to the retreat, now looked different. They were clean. Their hair was done. Maybe they had some makeup on. They had some curls in their hair. You could tell that they spent some time beautifying. And I noticed something also is that they were wearing colors versus dark versus black. And they had colors on. And I thought that this was really interesting. And it was my friend who was leading the retreat who absolutely said, if you want to go beyond being a life coach, which I always want to go beyond everything. I don't want to be just a personal trainer. I want to go beyond. I don't want to be just a boot camp instructor. I want to go beyond. So when she said that, of course, she reeled me right in. I said, yeah, I want to know. I said, I don't understand why these women in, 4 or 5 days, 5 days, it was like after day 5, I said, why are all of a sudden they're in these beautiful, vibrant colors? And she says, because we shifted their energy. I said, you're what now? She said, we shifted their energy. You start working at the energy level, the first thing that shifts is your being. You stand up straighter, you look better, you feel great, you have this difference about you. The words you use, you might smile more, your tone is different. And she goes, and the next thing that shows up is their physical being, the things that they do to their bodies. I said, well, what do you mean? She goes, well, if you're feeling depressed, you're going to dress like you're depressed. You dress how you feel. When you're confident, you're going to wear something different that portrays that confidence. You're gonna put on makeup. You're gonna do your hair. You're gonna take a shower. You're gonna smell nice, look nice, dress nice. And I'm like, oh my God, you're totally right. Because in that time, back in 2000, when was that? 2012, 10, 11, 12, 11, 2000, the end of 2011, November. And had to leave finally my indoor space for my boot camp. I couldn't afford it. I didn't market right. I wasn't managing my money effectively, so I couldn't pay the rent. So I had to move out. I was depressed. And I would say from November to probably that following February, I was in sweatpants. Like the whole time. If I even got out of bed. And if I got out of bed, it was like, get out of my pajamas and put sweatpants on. I was miserable and I was depressed. So that's why one of the things that maybe a friend or somebody might suggest is like, okay, get up, get a shower, do your hair, make yourself look good, get dressed and get out. Like get out of your house and get out of your element. I'm like, okay, but you're still moving the body. So I'm going to get to my point here. But I found it to be absolutely 100% fascinating that this woman who started my 5-day challenge, she just came into our group. She started the 5-day challenge. She's in black on day 1. She's in black on day 2. She's in black on day 3. She's in black on day 4. And on day 5, she's in this beautiful colored dress, like this blue, these several different colored blues or shades of blue with white. It had like little red stripe on the shoulder. She had makeup on and her hair was done. It was a very obvious shift. And I said, let's talk about that. I said, tell me how you feel. She goes, it's amazing. At the end of the week, she goes, I thought, yeah, well, I hope I feel better. Oh my gosh. She's like, I feel amazing. And hopeful was the word she chose. Hopeful. So what happened? We started working at the energy level, not out in the physical, not pushing my body to doing things that I feel like my body should just do, like dragging my body to the gym. I didn't just push and force my body to do something, right? Overpowering it with my mind. Here's what I did. I got my body on board. I shifted the energy, which released the stuckness, the belief that my body was attached to. I got rid of that hardware programming, that software, no, the hardware, programming of that belief. I'm not good enough. I de-energized it. I released it. So now and then I pulled in a new belief, a new software program. So of course, what happens now is that my body reacts to the new software. It reacts to the new belief. I am good enough. Matter of fact, I'm beautiful. Matter of fact, I'm smart. I'm abundant. I'm kind. I'm loving. I'm friendly. I'm abundant. Did I say that one already? I'm lovable. I'm empowered. If I have that new software programming running in my soul, running in my physical body, of course, my body is going to adapt, and it's going to adapt just like that. And that's what we did for her. She's like, I'm not depressed. So of course I'm not going to wear my depressed clothes. I don't feel depressed. Same with your computer. If I have a virus running in the background, it's doing whatever it wants. There's nothing I can do about it. I push buttons and it just keeps running this virus and doing whatever it's doing, whatever the virus is doing, right? If I get rid of the virus, that's a de-energizer part. I get rid of the virus and I turn my computer on and it's now clean and clear of the virus. The virus, the poison, the corrosion that is running through my soul, it's gone. The virus is gone. I turn my computer on and it's rich and vibrant. It acts different. It responds differently to my touch. It is different. And it is now, as it is running a new program, my life starts shifting. My life starts shifting right now. Right now, I sit up straighter. I do my hair. I have colorful clothes on. I am acting and moving my body in a confident way. Now, what am I doing? I'm putting that energy out into the universe, out into my world. I'm interacting with my kids differently, my spouse, my boss, my coworkers. I am bringing a new color, a new vibrancy, a new program into the universe where creation takes place. I could tell her right now, this woman that was on my call. I could tell her right now, if you were asking for a raise, you could go ask for one right now and you would get it. You could, if you were looking for a date, you could go anywhere right now, find the person you want to date, and you could ask them and they would go on a date with you because you are emanating this new program. So let's talk about why this happened. Let's talk about this for a second. Now, there's a process, and it's a coaching process that I can't explain to you over a podcast, but I can explain to you this shift that can happen. Your thinking is your mind's language, okay? It has a certain amount of power, right? You would say, if I just thought a thought, I look around the items in the room that you're in and just think about the things that you're in. I have a jukebox in my room. I have a bookshelf. I have books. I have a goldfish. I have 2 sleeping dogs. I have my water bottle. I have a dim light on. I got my Buddha statue. I'm just thinking, right? It's pretty minimal in its power, but it's directive. Like, I can direct my thought around the room. I can stop thinking about my Buddha statue and think about my dogs. I can stop thinking about my dogs and think about this goldfish, right? I can direct my thoughts to what I want to focus on. Okay, so keep that as kind of your part 1. Your emotions are the language of the body. The emotions are the language of the body. However you feel in a certain situation is your body communicating to you about what your software programming or your hardware, I think it's hardware, but your programming that is running in your subconscious mind. Someone pulls out in front of you in traffic. The belief is, I take that personally, and I need to get really upset with this person, and I need to flip them off, race around them, I need to pull out in front of them, I need to honk my horn, whatever the action is, right? So it's those emotions that lead to an action, which is the combine of the thought and the emotion together. It leads to a physical movement in the universe. But the emotion is anger, okay? So I can stand back at any point in my life and say, you know what? I don't want to act like that anymore. It's dangerous. It gets my blood pressure all wound up. It gets me all stressed out. And I want to be healthy and I want to be calm in the state of traffic because I'm never, ever going to change traffic. Never. But I can change my response to it. So how would I do that? Well, you have to get your body on board because your emotions are way more powerful than your thinking. Your emotions are way more powerful than your thinking. This is why affirmations alone don't work. Because if someone says, okay, you're overweight, just stand in front of the mirror, say 20 times, 5 times a day, I am thin and fit, I am thin and fit, I am thin and fit. You could say that till the cows come home and you grill it, barbecue, and eat it. You are never going to be thin and fit at that state. The thinking is just not powerful enough. What's happening is as you are standing in front of the mirror saying, I'm thin and fit, or I'm rich and happy, or I'm lovable, or I'm good enough, or I'm smart enough, whatever the thing is, whatever the affirmation is, if your body, if your emotions don't connect, and there's no agreement between the thought and the emotion, then there is a dissonance, there's a disconnect. And you feel the distance between the two. You feel the dissonance, right? Stand up right now, take something in your life and say, okay, I'm an anxious person. Okay, now say, if I wasn't an anxious person, I'd be what? Calm. Okay, now say that out loud. I'm a calm person. Do you feel that that's a lie? You feel the disconnect. That software program is not running in your subconscious. That software program is not, it's not cohesion. It's not in alignment. So you could say it all day long. And they'll say, there's lots of coaches out there that say the affirmation until you believe it. Okay, don't do that. If someone is telling you to do that, please stop doing that right now. I'm going to tell you how to get to your body to take action. No matter what it is you want to do. You want to get a date, you want to get a raise, you want to go on vacation, you want to become an entrepreneur, you want to go back to school, you want to make more money, whatever it is, you want to lose weight, whatever it is, I'm going to help you to understand. I think you're starting to understand now. You have to get the connection between the two. Your mind, which is the thoughts, and your emotions, which is the body, have to be in agreement. If they are not in agreement, you are not going to achieve the thing. Write that down. If your mind and your body is not in agreement, Your thoughts and your emotions don't go together. If they're not in agreement, you are not going to get the thing. You're not. Okay. So take the thing that you want, whatever the thing is, and I want you to think about it. And what I want you to do is I want you to create a scene in your mind of already having the thing. Create a scene in your mind of already having the thing. You already have the date. You already have the raise. You already have the business. You already have the body, whatever. Think of it. Enrich it. Close your eyes right now, unless you're driving. Close your eyes right now. Go inward in your imagination and think of the thing. Visualize it. We're going to go there in the mind because remember, the body is anchored in the past. And it is either telling you stories of the past or it is predicting the future. Oh yeah, no, I'm not going to go to that party. Sorry, Charlie. I'm not going to go to the party. The last time, there's the past. The last time I went to a party like that, I got so drunk I threw up for 4 days. I'm not going to do that again. No, sorry, Linda. I'm not going to go to your wedding because the last time I went to a wedding, I had a panic attack. I'm not going to do that again. That's your mind talking. Okay, so in your visual, I want you to add action. Not just a still visual, not just a snapshot of your bank account, not just a ring on your finger. I want you to add action, add movement, add people, words, sounds, smells, scenes. And picture it a little bit more. Bring your awareness there. Allow your inner eye to become clearer. Take in more of the details. Look around your visual and see what you see. Are you inside or outside? And no matter if you're in or out, look around you. Allow your inner eye to just see what you see, notice what you notice, take in all of the actions, take in all of the scene. And now in this space, go through with the thing. See the desire in all of its completeness. If it's something physical like your body, bring a mirror to the scene and look in the mirror. If it's your bank account, open your purse or your wallet and look at the cash that's in there. Open your computer or your phone and see your bank account and see the number that's on the screen. If it's the love of your life, see yourself enjoying a date together. And add people. If this was in my life, how would my behavior change? What would I be doing differently? I'd be playing with my children. I'd be walking on the beach. I'd be sailing on a boat with my best friend across the ocean. What would I be doing? And add that action and add people to the scene. Who all is benefiting from you having this desire? And now ask yourself, how am I feeling? To pull in that emotion. How am I feeling in this scene? I'm feeling fulfilled, loved, abundant, cared for, success, amazing, powerful, free. How am I feeling? Happy, joyous, empowered, strong, sexy, respected. And bring that emotion in. And now we're going to try to communicate with the body. I want you to focus on that emotion that you just said, the one that you're feeling in the scene. And I want you to breathe that into the body. Let that emotion fill you up. And if you need to, go get another scene where you have felt that before. Go get another scene where you have been successful. And then fill yourself up, fill your body up with that sensation, and then come back to the new scene to marry the emotion with that scene. And let that fill you up. Breathe it in Breathe in the emotion through the crown chakra, through the top of your head. Bring it all the way down through all of the chakras, hitting each and every single one and clearing the beliefs along the way. I see this belief. I see myself doing it. I see my body participating in my mind, conjuring up this emotion, because your body doesn't know if it's happened now or in the past or the future. It doesn't know, which is why you can, which is the power, which is my body is anchored in the past unless you do something different. Instead of predicting the future, living in this predicament, living in this predictable life, create your future, living in an exciting life. And now, as your body is doing this thing, understand that you are creating a new future from this place. And let that emotion fill you up. The emotion of strength, success, respect, power, freedom, adventure, fun, joy, happiness, peace. Let it fill you up. That's the power. Because remember, our thinking has a little bit, it's like 10% power. But our emotions, 90% power. If I can think a thought and I can attach 90% of my emotion to it, you're creating it. That's the creative state. That's the largest secret in the world, in the universe. That's the creative state. You get into that creative state and the world, your life, your experience is at your fingertips. You have the world at the palm of your hand. As you're letting it fill you up, I want you to anchor it into the physical world. And we're going to do that with something that already exists in your space that you're in right now. And it could be a sound, a smell, a picture. You touch something, you taste something, and it's going to create that memory immediately, creating that physical sensation in your body of that emotion. So still continuing to see the scene, feeling the emotion, I want you to think about maybe there's something in your visual scene that you're like, okay, let's say I'm getting married. So maybe it's going to be a piece of chocolate. They always have all these little desserts at the table before the cake. You know, it's a piece of chocolate. And now that piece of chocolate is going to be your physical anchor that is going to create the same scene in your mind and create the physical sensation in your body of that emotion that you want to feel. So I just want you to be thinking about something that is that's readily available in your current physical reality that can act as the anchor. And I'm going to count you back from 5. Hopefully you've done this exercise with me. I'm going to count you back from 5, and then I want you to open your eyes, and then I want you to go get that thing. If it's incense, light it up. If it's something tangible, put it in your hand. If it's a piece of chocolate or now again, don't go getting crazy and, gaining 400 pounds on me because I told you to eat chocolate. But something that you are going to anchor this feeling, this visual to something right now currently in the physical world. 4, 3, be thinking about that thing. 2, you're feeling your body in the room again. And 1, open your eyes and now decide what that thing is going to be. Every time I hear the word blank, every time I see my daughter, every time my cat meows, every time I take a drink of water, whatever it is, say that intention. Every time I blank, I will remember this vision and anchor this emotion. Every time I blank, I will see this vision and anchor this emotion. This powerful tool that I just shared with you can change your life. Because our thinking has a very short power circuit, a very short attention. It's the will, it's the part of the mind. It is the driver's seat, so we can use that part of our thinking to attach to any outcome that we want. And if we want to change something, we have to change the way we think about something. And I've already told you Don't say what's the opposite of the emotion that you're dealing with, or what's the opposite of, if, I always have to yell at my kids. Okay, well, if I wasn't yelling at my kids, what would I be doing? I'd be explaining to them. I'd be talking with them. I'd be giving them choices. I'd be helping them, right? So instead of asking for what the opposite is, ask for, if I wasn't doing this thing, I'd be doing this thing. If I wasn't in an abusive relationship, what would I be in? And then that's the basis of your visual. This is some pretty powerful stuff. I hope you are taking some notes. I hope this serves you. And I would love nothing more than to be hearing about your success from using these tools. And our private Facebook group is Lady Rising. And we have sister circles where these are the things that we're talking about. These are the things that we bring to our sister circles, share with our sisters, and help them and help you to start shifting your world by thinking differently, by thinking about how you're thinking. And it's an amazingly powerful tool. So use it well. But once we start thinking about our thinking, how we think about things, what are our beliefs about these things, that's when things become our conscious awareness. And then we have a choice. Do I want to continue feeling and thinking this way? And if the answer is no, then now you know what the trick is. If I wasn't feeling this way, what would I be feeling? And if I wasn't doing this, if I wasn't feeling depressed and wearing black clothes and hanging out in my room and watching Netflix, what would I be doing? I'd be riding my bike. I'd be enjoying kayaking. I'd go for a walk. I would be enjoying my family. I'd be walking my dogs. I'd be going for swims. I would be rock climbing. I'd be traveling. Then those all become the basis of your visuals. When we can create this cohesion between our thinking and our emotions, because our body knows no different. Our body is anchored in the past. I want to create a new future. My thoughts can go out into the future, and my body doesn't know if I'm in the future or in the past. But I will tell you this, once you start doing this, if you do this wrong, if you just start thinking about a new future, I know I want to lose 20 pounds by the end of the month, or 20 pounds by the end of the year. Okay, whatever. I'm going to make $1 million. And I'm going to start talking and acting and thinking about making $1 million. What's going to happen is immediately as you turn this other direction and you start to go in this other direction, your body says, oh no, we are not doing that, because that is unpredictable. That is outside of my comfort zone. And your body will do everything in its power to stop you. Oh, 4 o'clock in the morning to work out? That's really early. You need your sleep. It's really comfortable. It's really cold outside. Nobody's at the gym this early. And remember, you were born fat, so you should stay fat. Skinny people have mistrusting relationships. You're not good enough to do this on your own. You can't do that. That's all your body talking. You will hear those beliefs sneaking in and sabotaging your growth. How many times? I'd love to have an audience in front of me right now. I would raise my hand and say, how many of you have started a New Year's resolution, and by the end of day 7 in the new year, your New Year's resolution is forgotten, abandoned, and completely washed away? And 100% of the audience will raise their hand. That just means, the only thing it means is that your thoughts did not get the okie dokie, didn't get the green light from your body. That's all that means. So now we have to approach it differently. Now we have to use our visual skills, and we have to create a vision. And we have to create a vision that has all of these emotions attached to it, so the body can go, oh, hell yeah, we're going. Because when you create a vision, the body's already been there. The body's already been there because you created a visual, and the body as soon as the body went in and went on this travels with you in your mind, in your visual. And the way you know is if you created the corresponding emotion. If I was in this vision long enough, if I added enough action and color and sensation, and all of a sudden I literally in my vision could feel confidence. I could feel I got the raise. I could feel thin and fit in my body. I could feel that I was successful. I could feel the love for my children even when they leave a mess in the kitchen. Then you know your body is on board. Now you've got 100% of your power creating in the unknown. 100% of your power is in the creative. Now, when you do this work and you do anchor it, what will happen is you will come out into the world, into your physical experience, just your day-to-day stuff, right? And you will still feel amazing. If you come out and you are standing around and going, oh, I just don't have any money in my bank account. Oh, I'm so sick of being fat. Oh, my relationship is so stupid. If you come out and do that, that's a reprogramming. That means your body is not on board. So you have to anchor. You have to go back and create that vision again. It doesn't mean that it didn't work for you. Okay? It just means you have to get it. You have to get that vision, and you really have to work on the bottom line, creating that thinking that creates the emotion. When you create the emotion, your subconscious mind is, yeah, I got it. I love it. Let's do it. Let's lose the weight. Let's make the money. Let's ask for the raise. Let's start the business. Let's leave the relationship. Let's improve the relationship. Let's get a dog. Whatever the thing is, these are all the tricks. These are all the powerful tricks. To tell you the truth, I don't know that I need any other podcasts after this one. I think you guys got it. You know it now. So my suggestion, and I invite you, go practice. You need some support, you come to the Lady Rising group, or you send me a message that says, hey Jen, I listened to the podcast about getting your body to take action, and I 100% loved it, but I need some support, and I'll be happy to support you. If you liked this episode and you look forward to future episodes and are really looking for a community to help support you with implementing the tools that we're talking about in this podcast, please consider joining our online sister community called Lady Rising on Facebook, where we focus on that spiritual support and connection, just like in today's episode. I hope you'll join us. Go to Facebook, type in Lady Rising, and tell me you came in through the podcast.